Wabota. Like our host rightly said, my name is Dosa Igiemisi Novik, a student of Professor Mozowa, and by the grace of God, a lecturer in the Department of Linguistic Studies, University of Benin. This evening, the Chosawa will be looking at family greetings in Edo, which we say in Edo, Ukhu ẹgbere na tuevedu, Ukhu na tuebuye vedu ema wanka wakutana. Otue or even able to greeting. Ava yonika, wa miawe, yode ugie, noka kwa manuladia, we agwe, or not dioma gwan, or utue, which is when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you will say to anybody within the premises you reside is greeting. You have to greet the person first before you start whatever conversation you want to indulge in. That is why we said in our work that Otue is the Edo word for greeting, and that one who greets awe no wa monyime omonahin but omana tuoma awoma ni emonyime, and we say that that person's character is lost. Emogo awe omana emogo ni aika bama. So with greeting, it brings to the greeter respect, honor, and dignity. That at that point, that younger person that's always greeting is seen as someone with good character, and at that point of the society. Now, this Ukwedu, we also say it's a unique morning greeting. Very unique in the sense that in all my travels, I would say that it is only in Benin Kingdom that you can see when people wake up in the morning, they greet a specific kind of greeting. That is why we say Edo people are unique. Now, this greeting is done by every lineage. Natie unye vedo. Na I'm aware that day mani kegbe nire, that day mani kunye nire, ukuni enyatwe. Na me wugbe so adomie manoke egboliare, agwe egboliani ometweni atwe. Mani veke unye iyaseri awume utweni atwe. Mani veke unye monobari aiwe utweni atwe. So this greetings otwena ema oni magwanka na mewe dadotwe ne dadunya na mevedo de buku ni atwe the different lineages in Benin. What are these family greetings they greet? As we go on, we will see them. Like we have said before, we have tried to explain what greeting is. And this type of family greeting is a vital component of the Edo culture. A very, very vital component. It is not something you can just wish away. Alimu voto our fearful. Edo ologo fearful. Why? Because if we borrow the words of El in 2006, it says it is a law. This law has been decreed by the Oba. we no ba ta ana do gbu iyo we nene dadu huni ahia 12 do. Then it is a social will. This social will helps the different people within the kingdom to regulate habits, as we will see later. Then we say it is a norm. If not okay now, no. It is with us. Finally, we say it is prescriptive, having specific linguistic features. Now, the Edo morning greetings. Eyabun, night okay. Eyawabun. Where vient that vient boy bebenya nene ukuna twebedo where in robe year eyan hinvedo nebuti 53 uwa igbonobana where okpa robe year eyan hinvedo nebuti 59. But uwa igbonaba was able to classify greetings into different types. Namye where that dot when na twebedo amie ukhu ẹgbere, amie unime, amie otu inwina, amie osiba, amie gbokun, amie otu oge ugie, oge na ye, oge kpome, oge kulugbe. These are the different types of greetings that we have in the kingdom. But this lecture is basically on the number one type. Now, on your screen, you are going to see where we stated that we have generally acceptable Edo greetings, which visitors can also use. We have a Obowe there, which is good morning. We have a Bavan. We have a Bota. We also have what we call Koyo, or in some cases, some people will say call.
I know. Okay.
You will say call. But with the use of Koyo, it is pertinent to note that in Edo, I want with Koyo. The politeness strategy na lo oye Koyo baba, Koyo ye, Koyo no nwa akiteme na ata. At that point, the elder understands that whosoever is using Koyo understand the rule that follows the use of Koyo. Now, these are the different, some of the different greetings and their lineage link, as we can see on our screen. Oka Honoreva Oi Lyso. That Lyso, as we can see, is the family of the Ogiso. Very real. Hello?
Yeah, can I ask a question? Okay, continue. What of a domo? Where does that come in? So general one domo.
Well, let us take it step by step. When we get there, we will explain. Hello? Hello?
Okay, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Okay. So we have Laomogun. That is also a greeting for the second royal period, which is from Oba Eweka down. We have the University of Benin. We have Live Yeze. We have Oheme. Live Yeze. We have Olia Laugeli. Eduhen. We have Lauwe or Latose. Isomo is like Gisan. We have Lamosun. We have Inogie. Ogute is Lagite. Iholo Nigeduma Lagite, as the case may be. Also go to the next. We also have some others like Ohonkun Nugoton is Lamihi. We have Okaoge Giligili also lamehi, and Ologbose is lakun. You see Oloke, we have Laloke, we have Osodin, they also great Laloke. Now, these are some of the family greetings that we have in Edo. In our study, we were able to find that there are about 85 of them that are present. That's it's supposed to be here. Oh, it's among those that well, I don't want to know why. All right, let's continue. Now we can see from
it's, I think you said that. On my time.
Get continue. We'll go.
Okay. So from the different family greetings that we have seen, we noticed something. Now, in our research before this, we noticed that before now, Iminaga atwe maga ela ina aga atwe that ekena na Imina ekena gben lagi wanyi ina oge wan aga atwe. But when things were unfolding and contact between the Edo and other languages began to come, what we see as language change over time happened to Ina, which was not changed to what we have as today, La. But the pertinent thing I want us to understand is that what we call Ina or La, as the case may be, means that the person is the owner of, or I belong to. So when you greet Labiese, for example, you are simply saying that you belong to the family of the ESL of Benin, or I am of the ESL of Benin. So that is what the first syllable, La, or the first two syllables, Ena, mean in the greeting system. That is why if you see the example we use there, we have a Naiso, which means I belong to or hail from the Iso or Ogizo family. That is, in Edo we say, ẹgbere Giso Eikere. All right. Egbiyase Eikere. All right. Egbezomo Eikere. All right. Egbedun or Uwe Eikere. So these are the different ways that Ena, or what we call La, was used. Now, to tell that what you have as Ena that was used in the past was something that was really used, we can see that in today's Edo language, one of the ways to exemplify the occurrence of Ena in loyalty honorifics, we can see when we use in this expression Enaime Neime. Enaime Neime. You hardly hear the Doma say Laime Neime, but Enaime Neime. So that expression goes to show that the syllable or syllables Ena was really in use before now. Now there's a third syllable which we will call prefix that we have also noticed that are also present in the greetings, the family morning greeting system. and that is day, where in some cases you will hear some people say Delaiso. Some people will say Delaiso. Some people will say Delani, as the case may be. Now, the presence of the day also has three things that we are looking at, or we are going to see. That day there shows that that salutation is shared by two or more families presently or in the past time. Nami woke ẹgbẹva otu ọkpa ya tuwe, but ọkpa lue when the last oye nọkpa lue Delani. Hello. So then the second part there says that it formerly belonged to a different family before it was reassigned to another by the Oba, by way of the Oba's pronouncement, and it is used in addition to another salutation by a family presently or in the past time. Now, these greetings, as we are going to, that as we all know it, we are going to see that they are divided into different classes to see that nenuku natwena vinya rie ana mewe ona twona no patona that vinya rie. We noticed that we had about 4 different headings by which we divided these greetings to show. One, we noticed that some of these greetings were came about through respect and honor for the personalities involved, which we say some of the words are made up of why another way na fear Lani Wirie. I go by why another fear Lani Wirie, another atwe Lamogun. But so papa ino Lamoguna ni vyoba tuwe na ẹgbẹ́ ine nigun ọ̀ka atwe Lani Vilamogun. So papa ewa inawe ya afie Lani Wireni na atwe Lamogun. Rondavo enye ka ogun akedo ma akedo okay yekete ni na yana ewe na ni ado atwe Lani. At that point, as we said, they now adopted the Lani. So at that area, if you go to that area of Benin, you either hear some of them greeting Lani or you hear some of them greeting the Lani. Now, another group of people who the greetings were named after were notable chiefs. Like Olia, for example. The term Ogele that was they went to Uhe, which is current day Ile-Ife, to ask for who the term Ikaladera as at that point in time to return to the kingdom to become the king. But the king as at that time said he was dead to Benin, so he had to give them a test by giving them lies to bring to Benin. While some of the chiefs could not understand, Olia was smart enough to understand the test. So what he did was to take the lice given to him and placed it on one of the into the hair of one of his slaves, and told them to continue to feed the slave and the lice he put there. And at the end of the day, after 3 years, when they and Chifolia responded by bringing out the lice, and at that point, that was where he won the acclamation, Ogele Mweru. And legends and oral traditions say that it was from that point he got the appellation Ogele, and that is why him and his family and descendants, they greet Laogele. Now, the same we have Lagesa, which is also from the notable chief Ezomo. And we can see also that Ezomo's case, he had an affiliation, and that is why we put there, say his praise at that point, that is why the Ezomo people, till date, the great Lagesa. Now, finally, we have a third there, which is Ugefa, who him and the descendants, the great Lando. And as you can see from your screen there, it is also a praise for Chief Ugefa. The praise is Noedo, a Noedo, after he searched through the bushes and discovered the location of Prince Ekaladera in that is Ile-Ife. So from this discussion, we can also see that notable chiefs had these greetings after them, or greeted after them in their honor, where those associated with place names from where the person hailed from. As we can see there, Ekenakere, Anawawoke, since Emanakere, Nawa ye Inebuni, Nayakin, Ukhu, and that came about the likes of Lauga from the people of Uga. We have Delaho from the area, and we also have Lauvi, those who originated from Ube. Then position of authority. Amewoke, the office you hold gives that gives you that opportunity to raise the phrase and use it as a family greeting. So we have it like we have a Lara for Eholo, we have a Laloke for the Oloke and his descendants, which is the Duke of Oke. We have a Lagite for Enogi of Ite, and Lagerwa for that of the Enogi of Irwa. Now these greetings, Abotwena, I'm trying to look for the correct word to use now. The position of authority that these persons held as at the point in time necessitated their types of greeting. Then the final type that we have is that those ones associated to deities, which will say that they bonawu. So we have, for example, Lamosun, that has to do with. Hello?
We can hear you.
Have we have a Lamosun that has to do with those who are bearers of Osun, which we call the herbalists. Then we have Laidu, that has to do with the worshippers of Emidu. Then we have Delahe, those who are worshippers of Ohwae. So if you go to Ohwae and environment, you are most likely to get people of that area who greet along that line. Now, we have seen some of the the family morning greetings. Mamiane, akata banwe inya wabu. Ni anabuni ayeti gbunu nyahia. Be atesone ave mi dadu kuni. When I am dadu kuni, the different ways through which they were formed in the language. Now, there's something that we must know, that these greetings, as we have seen, is a must for every younger Edo person to greet in the morning. Because naturally, as we have rightly put it, it's morning greeting. So there is no omoro panabia vedo no viedo no no kere or second no ya to that's why once a child is born into the Edo language, everything being equal, if you cow na my money or ukuni na to egbe. And I mean well but so na adi modi sukuna yeah we are to ukuna to egbe omon we ready mo would the school of it to honi leluwe. So we are mere ijokpa go then koyoje labieze or when if it we koyoje labieze. So that becomes the first lesson that the average Benin child is taught. Now we also say that, however, ukwegbe ogwokpa anatwe aiti to honi vavan aiti to honi vota aiti vitwe vakuta. Why? It is a case of, for if you are not meeting the person in the morning, or you are not interacting with the person in the morning because of today, because of the use of phones and all that. Anytime you meet the person and it is for the first time, one of the norms of the Edo culture stipulates that you greet that morning greeting. So when you meet a banner, Professor Mozuwa, my banner can make me nowhere there, or my kagwan, when you meet a bakutana banner, even no come on no ladian, you don't want no why la visit. The reason for that is what is in reference to what we say in Edo, we egenaya yori all where. Egenaya yori ni all where, or ya the magwe, where me no where vegakuta. You can't run it, you can't shy away from the morning greeting. The Edo norm stipulates that you greet that greeting. Another thing that is also pertinent to know is that Ukhu, Ukbiana di Ukhu Jowa, Ukhu, Nukbiani Tue, we know that in the time past, we have situations where some princesses had to change the family greetings of the husband that they married, but that is not always the case in Benin. So Edo custom has it that once a woman is married into a family, she automatically drops her family greeting and adopts the family greeting of the husband. So ogwoni aka atwe lagite oke omodo oga omodo oda fo na atwe lagi wan lagi wan ni eyin kan atwe eye lagite. So that is one firm custom that we have in Edo language. Now we also said that.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question to ask.
Okay.
My question is, for me, if you are in a relationship, like you already have children for the man and you're not yet married, is it important for you to be greeting the traditional greeting of the man or your own traditional greeting?
As at the time Your question says that you are in a relationship, not in a marriage.
Yes.
But it's two ways for me. It's two ways for me. Two ways in the sense that that you have all your children for is the person you are going to marry at the end of the day. And
Yes.
that you don't have any reason for marrying another man. I don't see anything wrong in
Anybody can step in and also answer that question.
Yes. Sorry there. Thank you, Thank you for the question. That's a beautiful and interesting question. Yes. What is there? You are not married. You are not
because
married.
At the end of the day, those children that you have that month will be saluting their father, your father. Because those children, if you have any doubt, very free to.
Excuse me. Well, there is no marriage. We know the meaning of marriage in the Benin tradition and custom. Since that marital status has not been obtained, if you greet your proposed husband or wife or whatever, if a wife greet a proposed wife, greet a proposed man, the family greeting, it is out of respect, nothing more than respect. It's not traditional. It's not mandatory to greet Lamogun. It's just uyi where Odonia would so where Uhino where must greet like that is how it is. Wakoyo.
Exactly, Baba. You are very
Baba. Sade Bawe.
No present, no can finish because when I went now, we lose trail of what is present. So
yes, sir.
Finish, note whatever question you have, and then you ask thereafter.
Okay, sir. Sister, it's okay, go ahead. It's okay, go ahead, then you can continue with the presentation. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I just want to, I think the last speaker, already spoke my mind. It is out of respect. It's not mandatory. She doesn't have to do that. And if you also ask me from my own personal opinion, if the man, when a man starts enjoying all those benefits that he's supposed to be entitled to before marriage, sometimes he doesn't even encourage the man to go ahead and do the needful, what he needs to do. So exactly. I will not even encourage anyone to do that if he so desire that as part of, because that's part of his benefit, then he should do the needful as far as I'm concerned. Thank you. That's my personal opinion.
Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead with your presentation. Hello.
All right. Thank you very much for contribution. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for the contributions thus far. That there are some respectful gestures that are associated to the morning greetings in Edo. Very, very pertinent. And one of such gestures is kneeling down. Even though the society we find ourselves today is a different one. Growing up, we were made to understand that but now Am I so raw? Yourself. Even to show bow their head by way, it's okay, I don't want to kneel, that maybe I have some pain in the lower part of my body, to say, okay, you bow your head to greet. Some persons don't even know. They don't do it. All they just do is, the most important thing is that the greeting is out of their mouth. But at that point, you are not showing any sign of modesty, and you are not recognizing the person you are greeting as somebody that is older than you. And at that point, it also shows that the person who is greeting at that point lacks respect. So Edo says that when you are greeting an elder, we know that sometimes, because we are walking along the road and all that, but there are still better ways that you can gesticulate, that the older person you are greeting will understand that, oh, because this person is around this, that's why this person can kneel down. And at least that shows that you are recognizing the person as your senior or as an older person. And it also shows that you are modest and very respectful. We also said that it is also expected that a younger person applies some form of honorifics when you are greeting, this morning greeting. So where no. We have different types of honorifics that you can use when greeting the elderly or the older ones in the family. And some of them I have stated there. So, for example, Laveze Baba, Laveze Ye, or Domo Baba, Laveze, or Koye, Laveze. You know, we have Inongwa, we have Oviye, we have Oten. You know, these are some honorifics that we use when we are greeting those that are older than us. And we say that in Edo, that it is more respectful to use these honorifics than to call the person by the name. So if, for example, my father is in Osaka, then if I want to greet him in the morning and say, in Osaka, love you, it is very, very disrespectful. And that is not what the morning salutation stands for. The salutation stands for respect. It stands for dignity. And with that, every young person in Edo has the obligation to kneel when greeting the older. And outside that, we also need to use honorifics and not the person's name. Now, we are going to look at some of these greetings again, as we have seen before, and we're going to see the appellations, or what we call responses, that follow them. So sometimes we are surprised, we know why, or we are tukuni, of a veni, having why ya in yeah, ukuni, natwe. So these are what we call appellations. So when you greet Lamugu, for example, there is a particular response that you will get from those older ones, even though some of us, when they say those things, we don't understand. Let's not pretend we don't understand. Mama Miniata, I will know. The next thing you hear from us is Domo Aba. All is just a way of running away, because you may not know the response to give to the next question or statement that will come out from the mouth of the elder. So, for example, like we have seen there, Eweka no Cow, or the children of the king, Ivyoba Lamogun Yatwe. So when a child greets Lamogun, you are going to hear Ovyumogonza, Ovyoba Dudu, Ovyononya Nyankun. That is the kind of response that you will hear when that greeting is made. We also have that for University of Benin, where when you greet Live Yeze, and you will hear Ovyeze Nozuwa Woba, Ovyuhure Gere Noria Mila. Then we have that for Edohen, where they greet Latose, and it says Etose Nyemuwa. That is the kind of appellation that you have. And we have the Ogamia, where they greet Lyra, and you say, Ugie, Nofiagba Voba Uvioto. That is the response that you get from that. Then we have the Oloke family, for example, that greets Laoloke, and we have okay, Nogban Wagioba, Oloke, Negbe, Nongweveku, and all that. So these are some of the greetings and their appellations, as we have seen on the screen. And I said that these greetings and appellations, we call them from what we have down there. Now, these different greetings, as we have seen, as much as they are done by every Edo person. And sometimes we also have indigenous people who are not indigent of the kingdom, but they respect this greeting system because to them it is not found elsewhere except in the kingdom. And you see them very keen to also join us in this our salutation. That is why those around, when they, whether in the market, whether inside the bus or wherever, you will see persons around who are not Edos, but they greet. We are one second, now I'm Ivigbo, Negwa Zedo, but I actually love you, even though sometimes they may not know how to pronounce it very well. It's so to Lavieze, it's so to a Latose, it's so to a Lamogun, it's so to a Lagiwa. But at the end of the day, even though it may be fun for some, but some who really understand this greeting system use it very well. Now, this leads us to the importance of these family greetings. These family greetings, are they really very important to us who greet it? To those who understand the tenets of the language, yes, they are important. But to those who don't understand, you know, we have. I'm trying to avoid the use of the word deviant, who will say, who the language help. It may not have helped them, but for those of us who understand the rudiments of the language, it has helped us. And that is why we hold on to it to say, limabo de, and limabo we. So we try as much as we can to keep these greetings going. So the different importance that these family greetings instills in us are well documented there. First, we say it is humility. Humility, which Edo tap danigbe. Now, once those who use these money greetings, who really know the power behind these greetings, you see how humble and disciplined they are, especially when they are greeting using the morning greetings. Yes, because you cannot understand the tenets and the rudiments of these greetings and just see an elderly person and just greet the elderly person and walk away. No. So one of the importance of this greeting is that it helps to teach us humility, that one must be humble. Another thing which I see as one of the primary importance is identity. Because once you are able to greet this morning greeting, then it shows that you have identified with a particular family in the kingdom. So say here, individuals get to know themselves and the families they hail from. Again, at that point, it also helps to know the paternal family from which one hails from and the maternal family from which one also hails from. And these morning greetings also help whereby related individuals, male or female, will not be able to commit incest. And that's where no, these kind of situations are avoided when one knows his identity. Then we talked about oneness. Yes, the family morning greetings, we say, brings a family together and make them one. We say that this is achieved when family members who use these greetings identify with themselves. With this oneness, the individual knows that he has his family behind him. That is why sometimes you hear some people who can boastfully tell you, do you know the family I come from? It is because there's oneness in that family that that person can go out there to say, do you know the family I come from? We know that, yes, in all families, you will find the good, the bad, and the ugly, but that does not go to show that even with this kind of situation, that the family is not one. And that's why you see in situations too, where the family, in this kind of situation, you also find in places where there's trouble, the people don't care to know what happened. They will first of all fight the fight before they now ask what happened. So family greetings brings about oneness of family, which helps us to say akugbe or etin. Then we talk about respect and honor. And we say that with these greetings, it helps to groom us, especially those of us who are the younger generation. It helps to groom us to become respectful and responsible members of our family. Because sometimes a child may be misbehaving and some elders are watching the child. A day might come where the child may have the opportunity of greeting the elder around the community. And the elder will say, we'll just call the child, ask the child some few questions. And at that point, he can even begin to advise the child on some of the activities of that child or that younger person. And if the child is smart enough to understand what the man is doing, he will be able to, to regain himself, become a honored member of the family, and become very respectful because he has been able to take some good lessons from the elders in the family. Finally, another important is the intermarriage taboo. Yes, the family morning greeting helps to detect and help us to also flee from intermarriage taboos. One of them we say is like marrying, where people marry themselves. Now, once I've heard of situations where just with the greeting of Laomogun, a marriage was called off when they went for an introduction ceremony. Now, this family came to the home of the other family and greeted Laomogun, and the other people responded by also greeting Laomogun, which prompted the question, after they did all the tracings, they found out that they were related inside the family. So because of that, they could not approve of that union.
Please, I'm sorry. Coordinator, admit him, so they are complaining on the platform, please.
Is that what?
No, not you. I mean, Sister Nekbe. So admit some people are complaining in the platform.
Okay. So with that,
I admitted everybody. I did.
So with that, what would have become a disaster in the name of marriage was averted. But I also noticed that the question I asked was, I hope they asked the question if they have been sleeping with themselves. And the answer was that they stated that these persons who were about to get married had not started doing anything. So you see what the Ukhu can do. It can help us to avoid certain taboos that we have in the family. Now, in all of these that we have said, we also have some challenges on these morning greetings. Emaso waro inazede here. Do wake na nagbode anatemata. Emaso zede here at all. In one of my statements, I said some persons are very quick to ask who the language help. I've also met persons who say that for the fact that I cannot use the Edo language to write application letter, why should I kill myself? And I just look at them and shake my head. Now, this same thing has also come into the morning greeting system. Now we are beginning to see persons who deviate from the morning greetings. And one of the reasons for this deviation is religion, especially some of us who say they are Christians. Awe ao esosi yo osalobwa Jesu Christi eiga igwebo igomorokpa so me ihe ti atuoma ni mwebo ba ya atuoma. And sometimes some of us will just laugh, we'll shake our head and go. Now I have two good examples there that some of them we always hold on to as the basis for shying away from greeting the morning greeting. I have Laumogun and I also have Lamosun. Aside, for instance, the family morning greeting of Laumogun and Lamosun are seen as greetings that are used to reference the deities Ogun and Osun respectively. But this, to some of us, are misconceptions that some of us who claim to be Christians, quote and unquote, have, that they believe that using Lamogun, and when you use Lamosun, you're also referencing the Osun deity. So, because of that, they don't want to greet the family greeting. Instead, you hear some people greet you Lamosa, or some will even go ahead to greet you like Yesu. And I'll just look at them. And sometimes when you are Lamosa, because my mouth will not Lamosa vedu or like Yesu. I'm a Christian also, but we know that what is culture, and what is Christianity is Christianity. So this kind of holier than thou attitude that some of us put up is an impact to the morning greeting. And these kind of things have made some elders to ask that simple question. Degbe no twe lamosara la Jesu wo wi evedo. Degbe no twe. Very manaje ma ye ka ludo ma mi viedo ni twe dadu ku na twe vedo. Ma mie gbokpa no twe lamosa. Ma mie gbokpa no twe like Jesu. So my advice on this is that the greeting concept has got nothing basically to do with idol worship, but it's got something to do with family identity. So let us try to identify with our families, where we hail from, and not the other way around. There is also the impact of foreign culture on these morning greetings too, whereby people have decided to neglect what is theirs and have also decided to adopt what is not theirs. They fail to realize that nenukuna tue ogi mayano ogisu, but because of the presence of the English language in Benin Kingdom, many of us have decided to use that English language as an escape route for not greeting the Ukhu. And many of us parents are guilty of this because we encourage our children to do this. That is why a child will wake up in the morning Omo yore we no ya to labieze or lagesa or lagiwan. The child will go on to greet good morning, sir, to the father, or good morning, ma, to the mother, and they will rightly respond to them, good morning. So to this group of people, what is important to them is, I have greeted. The language and form used is not of interest to them. So I don't come where Imanatwe Lagesa we might trauma, or Imanatwe Lamugu we might trauma. As far as I have even used a language and I've said something, I have greeted. But they fail to realize that Edo, Ebo. If I want to use something like naming, I have still yet to find a British man who bears a dosa. Instead, they bear names like bush, rice, wood. And that's one of the reasons some of us have decided to say the mistake we made in the past, we will correct it. So our children, we will not give English names. We will give them Edo names, not English names, because we are not English people. Now, this kind of thing has also made some elders also ask that same question. They were not to a good morning, will we ever do? And with my can say, me my me egberokpa, we do not to a good morning. Away, an old man of good morning. Some may not respond to you, but what they have said inside their heart is worse than what they would have told you. So, good morning, Lamosa, Lagesu, Ukhu, na Tobedo. So we should refrain from those things. And my advice is this: the average Edo man believes in the supremacy of God and all that Osanu Dazi represents. That is the truth. And if you're over here, when I go Saruboy, Emi are not count Saruboy, Emi are not count Jesus Christ. If you're over here, when I again. So, good morning is not a family name, nor family greeting in Edo. Lamosa is not a family name, neither is it a family greeting in Edo. So, we should avoid this kind of controversies in the morning greeting system in Edo, so that where we belong, we will know. When you leave the general family system, you can go to wherever you want to go and practice your religion. But within the family, please, my advice is, let us hold on to what we have. So, in my concluding remarks, I say that the family morning greeting in Edo is one of the cultural prides of the Edo people. It's one of the things that make the Edo race thick. So those who don't know the value of it, they should come back home and learn more. And we said that these different greetings should be reinforced by every Edo speaker. Very sacrosanct. And the elders, because we cannot overemphasize that. They should start from the very cradle. And we said that these greetings cannot be overlooked, whether one is a Christian or not. We cannot overlook them because they are our own. If they were not recognized by God, I am not sure that they will be in existence. This is true because one is first born into a family. Ẹgbẹ́ anakaoma omanike dutawe eboniaga osaloba yaga or mole yayo a source or yo a molo yayo. So we are first born into a family before we decided which religion to practice. So my final take home is wagara tue kwegbe na kiri warwesi wadomo walawizi.
What's your time? That is deep. I learn a lot. I learn a lot. What's your time? That was so good. Very good. You know, this salutation is something that distinguishes the Benin people from many other cultures in the world.
I think history ni madonwamba unwiri mabijima. Aware obanya tose webo anata although today my backboard Obama nya say webo, but that is what we go to meet. Two, my wedo esiago.
Yes.
No, which means ebo anekwi na ha kata wasago mana no skin na the Bible. So ebo which means manya anekwi ya fe no tabona. And it may time everywhere ni say e won rock baro no kwi no Moses say man e biedo. We are very, we are the Israelites of Africa or the black race. So Gimaka Bosch Jayiwe Egenira no Bime Ezoba Meitana Ja de Baoba Hon capture West Africa Veya. Only Okiakire. Exactly. Money ya Vela Vena. Every man Ezoba Mame Tien will tell you, Mame different places. Yeah, you are three lagi one.
That's it.
Give my appreciative in the money.
Well, once again, let me quickly clarify this. Even Professor Ibn Wekata, is it a family, Bene Doji, the families are divided and with unique salutation. In Wetana, is it the same thing? Or when in Nigeria, Yoruba people, they have their salutation. Igbo people.
But not the same as Ogedo.
And though is that families, different families have their
it's unique to every family, yes.
Even now a professor teaching my babania, if I'm near teaching my is that a professor can way, yes. Man, no do 230 different dialect man. 150 Roma to as far as my we make no bad is concerned, we have a win my out here. And I capture Mahiani. Mary Biele that this year we meet time when that the expansion is too massive.
Yeah.
That historians need to do that. Mawade massive. Also, it may be take big time and now we challenge. There is no black person, no man busy besoyedo. Error.
Am I united say? If you're planning my mind, lately I realized that the Benin people are the most united people I've ever seen. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Matter where that is a mess. We are the most united. We are the way we misinterpreted that but no one understand the meaning of that term. I believe where disunity, no, it's not disunity. Then we are tired about where will be done. You see, maga coco, manivia do maga coco, my way everyone magwalo, imamutoi. So in Umagbane doya will be done. Manivia do my cooperative say. My only in a do manivia do no se dona. Anamia where I'm not away, Igwena Kere or Rudona, Imao no Mario no, Igwena Kere, my mama K Gwen that dog Kere, we are so united. But was a woman, who do surprise where or no Kigwenare, Igwenokba, Iaku, no Kigwenopare, oh well, no, ye chief me chief me Vigweme, not by me chief Vigweme, a chief Igwenopagare, Igwe, Yoyatue, Manivia do my boy. My way boy will do a wawa. My wife believe we might help my yakin when we keep when the chief nogi, no rigwe, or reagwe welcome. Mamma believe a don't get no care, will not pare. I go one. But men I do beg away, so my need bunu yeropa. Mandasta, if no was lately, me wa beg where. And no get no care will not we go up by it. And it went up by well, you go, you yatwa. Eh, now, money do. Mari United said.
When you have the biochemist that we're waiting, we have our lecturer work talk about humbleness. I and not Ukhu when I am a favor. And over your day happy and secure. Or any we on between no delay where when the amount want to lag you, you're not to lag is and can self. You will be happy where you are related. So, but my own experience with America journey me. To be honest, it's my radio one problem kakabo. So it's a very big problem. This idea of it's a free word. Right to you, Anna. Or easy no man America time where even a deal than on Europe because of the way near do here. So it might be my very on American or we go on you. Asian my so a bag of poetry. Mute boy. Ye.
Yes.
Iwe America ye do eje. Why we married me, but it was damn ho see Tima wata me e wa ladian we iwe mi. Oge dene na no keke ni ma mupa mo werege. Na me gwalewe na aja idole yi he. O kawo otima otawe ome marriage okpa ni eyo ge won pa ni eyo runde ne obe vanato elamogun anadobe marriage nije uge ome nije runde mi no ria no when before this time obi mara gawe ye mie orun opa no we mie erima kewijima iagi gwalote oto manoe no owi mani owi omani kia egbe no kere nya wa gwaloto esoto so pe na rije na iya aye delele yeye emi berio ahabie mi o muri aredo awaga mu egbe ke introduction ya wa tade omani awe awa okoni arie introduction ahari pa mu egbe ke we egbe iweri o ahari mi omuri aredo na laho na gwa lebe na aya iweregbe di egbajo ne egbe obeveva na gwale otegbe ne irima ikpia kihwo egbe ne mani rima kia yome kenia kia rie edonia ya rio igano aga gwalo ti ansi isoto me no siene ne ma emima egenede na ga gwale otegbe ne emane irima kia yome kenia kia rio me no siene na gwalo oto awiemi oga aladia be emini ne ave erima vijima odedera awu na la na were gbe iri gbayo be na imiewe awere gbe awe ave mini then emi owe no we ladawo enawe otue ore uhu egbe na emi no ke no itie ere bopa where Edo family greetings it goes beyond family cultural demands. it helps the child, now my Edo family greetings, to be socially acceptable in the Edo society. You know, when you don't teach the Edo child, your growing child, the Edo family greeting, you are removing that child from his root, from his or her root. And that is the basic thing. Most of our parents who are ignorant of this fact should be taught that, should be told the damage they are doing to the lives of the children that are not being taught the Edo family greetings. If Edo families were normal, they send here about the Edo family greetings. So we now so that we want so we are good money, good name, to it. Then why so it's not the fault of some of these children. It's because they are not being taught by their parents. Even those who want to learn them, their parents discourage them by all means from learning these family greetings. And that's a very serious thing. So, this problem of not being able to greet these family greetings. My son problem. So that good morning, sir. Good morning, ma. If you are doing working, then another thing, no way like them iwemina. Oh, when a more to my head. Even those who greet the Edo family greetings, they just greet it anyhow. You know, there is no mark of respect attached to these family greetings. Now we must so that's where the way they greet you. So any man in only la diabe iwe na where na la na gwalebe na ya itame in my school, primary and secondary schools, so that if it's not part of their curriculum, they should include these family greetings in the curriculum, and that when they should look at these parts of these greetings. Where they should just teach these greetings. They should look at these intricate parts and try to teach these parts, because these are the levels. No one needs these teachings. The primary and then the secondary. In a way, we should catch them young. Apart from the home front. Apart from the home front, we get to the primary and then we get to the secondary. Anyhow, we can use this our platform to correct some of these mistakes, these very, very important cultural values. Let us try and do that. Please. Wawese.
Yes, Wase Jima. You know, it is very important that we teach our children the importance and the significance of this salutation. When Otimaya explained, you know, the family, how those days, you have a family that don't carry a modo. ake Ukhu. It's very important. I don't know nani. I mean, no, you boy. Wawa mi Ukhu, wawa mi Ukhu. Awa de you awa swan mi. I mean, we have a background check. Unage we. If family lock
So
back.
don't you worry.
Eh. I
So
mean, no,
don't
yeah, there you want. No, what's it? On your ball. Ema ni book on your ball. Go ahead, jump in. You don't have to wait for me to call you.
Adamo, whatever I something we are up. Yeah, professor.
ẹgbẹ́.
Contribute now help him more. Okay, now winner. America mana. Oh, okakona redo pa odo mi winner. Ogire, igi awa wo me high. Ni me do okwo ni we mi ni we so ke
The network problem.
Network no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Omo na biase, omo na kokose. No enegbe no eno ma. Me ri ze nwa okani. No pa na tuta fun e no we me high. E de me ri pa ne, ono e ga no ni do na ma biase, do na ma kokose. Ina wo ono me ga sama me ire we. Again na wa ne we do na ma biase na ma kokose wo so ono ra bije. Iya ma kokose, wa ya te biase ma kokose. Obera ije na ma kan. So maybe are you going to ask for no pa? May I at one? I don't know who la moguna wo your ba. You be na several. Maybe say well I don't come here ba. Me la mogu. Otherwise how to one. So there are ways now not do consultation over your mama say so. But you need ya ko no pa. You to bo ri learn lesson.
Yes, experience is the best teacher.
Okay, anyone wa domo. Ni orientero on Otima lecture no really my now. What Ohio where Regenede na ya nwa Ukhu na twe. Where na mogun na so. So oyero when I get a 1 year where Emma Tana away waga lerum na le aha. It is la erum. But because of the vowel elision, ado amie lerum. Emma so where waga nerum. Na, that is na erum. So these are, the two possibilities. Most people will say waga lerum. They say we waga lerum. Manibuma lerum ni tawe na lewa la erum no. The a of la has been elided. That is one. Then two. The point now Tima raise. Okay, amae anaya di Ukhu egbawa. Awasunu ruda emani re very waje we boni nia. Wa lo hi awodo. Wa lo mi egbe. Wa to Ukhu na to. I sunu ne. I do so wa we egbo pa wa hin. So when you do, automatically that marriage is dissolved. But a more liar any only so or more obiagbe money. But so when he can't wait be on no or joining the my was joining. Yeah, obiagbe. So anybody
Wese professor, mege gesa afie ba ni hire. Ene na wata na so no be gbogima. And obviously a trouble no we bun again no tana. Yeah, we gia were meso do ta we game ni amie. I pretend the woman even continue. Agmoya log yan ya wune. Ya wulo kwa ne agmoya log money. Ya get imi my when I have via way you uzola. But it never salubwa even a do recommend was that. A video asunu either no who or no beer or a hairway or like ẹgbere. Then I we as a bobo.
Yes.
Exactly. So then anyway, you know the one I had the berry because we put no re meeting na na me man I want.
Hey brother Samson Ugua. Hey.
Of your tag me.
Igwe. Okay, Gua. So I don't know anybody. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's there.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want
okay.
wine.
It's okay. Like introduce that boy. They introduce that boy. It's okay. Oh, yeah, chief, you know.
Okay. It's okay. Very well.
It's okay. Sorry. Oh, we are going to go to the do here. Chief Honorable Roland Ibiotoni.
Of Ukhu.
Of Ukhu, yes.
Domo
no one.
Emi
bunawe ni wa ya ewa you know can see. But ni me awaka abo iguanya because otima pate me emowe webo ni buhiajo wa ni bumai mi no sunu wa. Emo pa me atari beba. Omo no ma jo wa bo ye kire ese ti jo wa bo nwane. So Evani manire we bona make a mistake in because more 2 years mamo you or 4 years mamo you or 6 years mamo you 8 years mamo you or I got 18 years do time I get umweri naija or more I be 16 years in a bebuna or we give can we set it guanse. I might work out 18 years in it. No, na set it to boy Jiwaja. Do we will gelekia or tamawe? Sorry, bye. We are because so no. Oh, my dad is from that place. Secondly, the major wakeke. He may vivi me. Arie that me buhi. Monica we put na give asito me my menu. Ina uwari you will need wake worry. All give me problem because me we eru wake and we but me awe no wa. Why can you wakeri? E will not worry village no keri.
Boy, a village no manawa. A village manawa no pa ma wi ma. Me igwe kibe kivije me biera na here manawa. And then I will ever we put and rock my woman. And rock my woman.
Sister Faith talk better you both.
Yes.
Where's sister is okay? That is so good. Sister Faith, go ahead.
I don't money where Walamogo.
Go.
Emi ni oni gwan kamagbera. Mani rewe poeti. Beni meje ome ekpegbe ni melawebo. And notimanga ataban where my oni ma vi ivi ma jogwa. Ori me te oni vi me jogwa so pa Emi na gwalo mai sobo izingbe mahia yare ohu na tue egbe so mehin egbe laisu mekiri
egbe merihi
domo
egbe me wariki
egbe laisu mekiri oda fo na kegbe la mogun re
anu isomo bo no we ye why
okay Domo. Ukhu na irime iya vigwe yo tore de agbe iya matwe iya dolegbe ari ebedi ya lori oni a punishment yo iya na mu re de agbe ya manatwa emi ni me ve oni mere ta na hiwe ari timani rewebu iya gewe ase webone emi owegiro ekena ona afianso udoni omahekena ya zewima ewima ogekeni makere mama eves ewori mejene ya no gbeso de kenu kere iwe in Nigeria de keno hin land of igodomigo me wa to ni me ya ko ge yo to
That's good.
Iwe from Edo State, Benin. What is the nanati? Nunamu boti godo. Iwe ove eve ni ke o hana tawe benero da wona moyo to.
Anyway,
godo.
Even me ari ba no teme no kota me wala wa egu me ara going na me wa serious ye me ya neta opportunity na ya dollar woman yi omoro paro no dollar yi ma o say na every time I try to be very objective uga ge o men mate tactician the military terms even na gele plan ni ya fe na ya yokure because of the intelligence na very maga ame have this strategy now we use na ya formedo we no ta yebana ana when we do pass akunba you don even give one I am in atanesi ma ba gbego de ma ya gbere agbe ari kena asani mari so wa awotwe na wa gi marokpa miamia this time abe tariban no concern Emmanuel Boni. Even my own matter is that there are simple demand by just teaching your children how to respect you first and extend it to the next person. We don't manage to no respect you where. From what I see, may I go up and meeting when even respect here. Even if you are not going package, no hanging giving. So these are all some of the things name me that. But I must not fail to tell us here that another problem we call what day. Apart from 18 man in my barrel line and yes kusena. Want the blue one, ni my yes kuse. In a man, Joa, in a witty man, I don't know my affion here. I will want in my bologna, in a theory and be my medicine here. So people like that. So I buy my tools or say my Wessie. Eri only me my property na book here. So when we stand type, wow, we're making a team him in Orient doorway. We are made the miss trying to veer your wire. Then the world is not a global village. There's nothing wrong. When my we program, we are positive when you are making time in our wood.
Okay.
So ẹgbẹ́ lámúdú máa tó ẹ. Yes, so I don't want anyone. Èmi ọkọ ni ó ní tẹ ẹ̀rẹ̀ náà gùn kan sí. Ọ̀kẹ́ ìwádìí ẹ̀rẹ̀ ní yí máa ta ẹ̀bọn wẹ́ ọmọ àná náà láì ọ́fíìsì yẹn ìsíwìn ní ẹ̀ náà náà tó ẹ̀ háì ènìyàn wẹ́ náà pa náà yóò kù náà tó ẹ̀ yàtú yẹn. Ẹgbẹ́ ìrẹ́rìí ọ ní kéwà máa ẹ̀sẹ̀ ṣe. Ime oni evini odiri ete we neni wa lao na mie we onwa kowa no tuya ona yuhu na tuya neni wa ga kwenie esese veri oni we na mi we odili ayo money we una tuena ni lona we mi agbo eyin le ya ewu we ọ̀gá mi nù wọn pa ẹ̀gẹ̀ni iye kéré we are what to daddy domo lamodu oh we thank you Thank you. How are you? It's no giver. So the only time where when I when you I remember where I might one for when I when me when I one for ni seven or tima mama ina even the great to any way no na me we yet dad doge when I one dad way so pa am I yet one okay can I we aga ye do hwenye na ga hwenye se ne oye me na so wa no tuo wan wa se ni wa domo
Western
Uka egben we la reveni ya nwa no only one important we aka one who when I you where the bet you where or ko spread here
any matter presentation of Tima Uba Ogmano Eladia then I have when you head a lavi zenia lamu when I when you peta mawa italo for you sure we might be focus on that particular area where I got to my lamu why when you would be here I got to my lavi when you would be here ahead oh one year video we no zuwa then many yata or what they interesting kakabo do culture man out they interesting be so
permit me o me okbane this is start noise one oburi answer your market my agban one na agmo yo to no consign o ma ha ya omodo no na hweni otuoge egbe ni before that time did the right thing to do no although the main answer was cause demand that ekenari nagile mu egbe ahianse because wa ya atu ya be ni abe ya atu egbe ya or we atamia woku na mgbe no roya di bama and all be easy no way ya adapt but the only emphasize my igbo edomahi America be dia ena we am baby mama and you must go to proper marriage ake hawuri oku vebo ni makeje udo oga ilovie koku ne ona na eko ohun wo mu yo ma mu yo wo kan we ma ha tie until wa gwiri e wa no kwa eri ma we bedu ma meti ko money ma ti ku le money kwa we mi ko ma mu yo ngebe so but you ni ma miss America with home o ya mete many rewe kosi o ya we ga hwani a greetings in case ba because emo ma udu na gele on biani again una keke no we atu two months over egbe ni like you yen na go si egbe yen ave gboda yo we ma hen ya mugo yo ohun o mu egbe koko akoyo
e ma ta ta
presentation we no dey wa watch brother Samson watch ne oge but Osula versus Osula ni we no dey ina do ta vene ya we kewu okwo no go pe adio washa okwo my won go adio washa e mo no be here automatically I will recognize it because of go pe adio washa that lawyer go po ya ma marry ya my way traditional marriage where ogo pe ani arogwa e money here family here dege wo o ga go erogwa e money no doubt I doubt at all because okay again no ya go adio washa ni ano mo na be bie yo we gbo e that we ro abedo ya very owa the spirit of the ancestors both here so yeah very what we tell you know the what interesting
thank you so much thank you so much when you opportunity na ya gege teach you do no tarena very very important a family ha or egbezo ni vedo or also la river idubo de ba ide wa papava Gumento ikbe ogide bakpakpava ma edo. Oge ide no rakpakpava. Every money, one of the earliest prime minister or the accountant, very wealthy man. So honor you Ukhu ni ovie no bieva honor Joseph. Joseph ini yokba kaka. Oga manager any rani ediomani register ya marriage. But meanwhile, Omowe Honorary the first neurosurgeon medical doctor as a black man of Africa. Ovieni, unfortunately, honor before Ariani DNK. But Okoya Biene, Omamwe can be right where. So, because Omamwe can be right where, and your audio, it's your Nike Yanado gang, where a property a here guy. Or Tia no Johnny no medical doctor, and you will be all hey kaze. I can send him a Nike. All because of property greed. So, and I do where you Omonomamwe can be right where a property rock by Sobo. So, it just
according to the native law.
Joseph has to go to court on a contest with this matter where young audio because we can be right way. But a court now recognized Joseph with two principles. Well, first, why you fair name was on arena. And I went a lele English law. Ama marry you are concubines, including the one Nigeria. But in a be I marriage. Two. Wamie we use in omano wuni simi so na ya vi property no ni to boy ga na we tuen we in agwezo ni said no tuen ni ye wu bet e mani win e ya fe na drag expla but at the end of the day a lawyers or benefit abo kan ya so you ne to no waga won do o ke no wa he e no waru da won do de property waru da e kia the wabio yeva no one even wire here why do asio ligi yoto so egbeni mekerenia he made them we law ni your 2-3 weeks ago and man pass into law anybody no 50 years in eh man agbe will when woni mi we ga ye o man so boy re ya o kagbe we no re kon he ya guy and I argue on at ya for that is the new law in our family wa we see
so no boy ubege awe chiposula ne yawa be yasunu ezo ya na kwa ho nene mahia ni khone na bezo ne ya wulone no involved in that court case. A case in Ayawe is one of the most notable court cases taught around.
Ogi on young baby dona. I will come. Ogi on young baby dona. Away owa kakabonyo. Na wena. Ogi on young baby.
The old word and I studied the case. Here is one of the most notable.
And only matter often when you did proud of it, do or when no money, no money, no figure, when no be a meme. You when I had here no don't wake be right way.
Yes, so hey.
When always sick bed, you know I'm wearing no the come. I did private, but if I so you only have you while you have a kind of done.
Baba,
what of a case nana me where or money biani agele biona ije wa mo omo wiere giomari
only simple serve agbona enu we wata no simple serve do when tize gbe me bai ne when ka tize gbe me ke mo wari awokure Mami manivie do ma kan afia nyegbe ma wo ma gebo osamaga we are telling my am no make sense ya push we go on the church ye we are one ma wa finish a program ba banana ovie do I describe no tell no ko ya gwan ban we we go do him o we do man e wona na we go festival we do so we go get bono and the Christian working we are you go describe everyone. What you find another way instead of still saying it. So in my eye, I mean, you can do PNA. Una 25 years and above. Erima, 18, or maybe now my viewing when I live in my poor. Only my when I church, now go salubwa, mawa go salubwa, and there's nothing written in the Bible. Neredo, I mean, every example money and give neredo. So even the Megitavan is that Ohona Mwekokori do gear or that for everyone. Vegbeni Maji or Gawari Amwari away in Nikau or Sevani or you know him no me. I see ene I go moi in riebe yikina riebe yo alirun yo ari egene emi ya ga ma ko no be tare o ma bi ama no be tare o eni ro pa mana yi abi ko ni mo gbe ni ya ge te mu na sister e ko ni mo gbe ni ya ge de bike bi ani ma mo gbagbon iyan ri gbo dan yo na na ri wesi
exactly a church na do ri aya
yeah no so yeah we me dan ya gwa le we ni ya cover up o ma no we dan no we na we no do dan we zo bag we sap mo barod.
Oh.
What about the case Anandomia where Omani Wune? But a boy yeah doubt because Ave Okagbesu Okeria and Wabi. Oh yeah, Wabi me no Wabi Mugo Gia Emata no Keniata Giata the Kinoka Kenya temi because Oga Ame Kesi Mount Sunu ye Benny. Will be mega atam me where or seeing ekere ẹgbere ẹ̀mí na wasunu. Ọmọ ni e wa mu asobi e not you. Awoga atai where eyan bi ọmọ na. Iye mu ọmọ na omu gin bete eyan bi o ma mi no mi o ibubo. Ori wu Omoni was I say like 50 something years in there. Emo mama. Agbon ema straight. Yeah, you have a gune or ije nyakari although on your property. Luckily, no more card back matter. And Osalo Bawe Lue, no, boy, any make a brother, any make I swear that one say because Agmo is a big, but he get Runku no river, Yema no the Ao Vivo. Whereas o matter no egbeni ana woman nije do venyana we akue no partake e beriani nije we owe ogbani ebio na ni na otinyeta mi ese radio otedo wuwe owo hana eyan obio e omo na eyan obio even though ozige school ne owe mi ya because omo pa mami o bo kawa asin de oni na we yen gbo ehemu Larry do have vim na very well dickiness in the church. There, yeah, but yeah, okay. Why our DNA? Our DNA test. Since we walk, but our DNA told our DNA test. Oh, our DNA test now, and I find out where we're not going to be. You know, sorry. Who said it particularly better than La Yagualera way? Kunwana Yagualera.
My baby so the watana and no watana wa be no the representation in a way no matter faithful awa wa
yes now yeah
if you do it now the intricacies now we have it wa be no the
any account me going ya because of Donia wa any koda we ko ni wa but anyway what are the idea a topic in where we professor wabe yaga given wabe yamure ya wa go ni akwa kandere awa temi ya pe na o so that tema be nyonya be be ni awe ya le na be gbe wala be yo because be yan wo o ma no we bo no rebu yen to emi a wi emi ya mana be ni meje na e kendo ya ko eme e me beg me ya so kun baro di ni ma wa yi ma wa nwa ba kakabo so me waje church no one making the church but mami am making a bit I say when no meri lu agbera ma obobijan making a wa bit I say ogebo e we me agbera ma like a family men have been able to unite them to understand that we must have religious tolerance. I've been able to educate my younger ones near understand where a tradition because my fear no ma we remember imagine via confessing it and my own nika or forgive him and the with it. So on look and wagario do be no man or bono hata ma e wa mi na mi awe bi my way magic so a Muslim madam here no a Christian madam here ni gebo ima give it that free hand that okay ya we no joy so far no wa we ama So it okay can I go salo boy and I do a book big woman live you is for one bio. Oh, I will see.
But most marriages in here you were dona. Yeah, give me over.
Only my tiny by you where you me lay.
Obey family.
A religious freedom here. I met you for some amount of November. But all guys want go one. We are my do we were a minute. Again, I'm going to
no one is here anytime of back. When nobody is here, and after where in your white cabori to regenede, Egenede, Ali Kurene or Monoju, or Wera, or Wera Wani. So, what allow you Urea Wera, or what do I get Wani? Any most of more. Better than ya, it won't join you Wera, it won't join Mukere, we are Wera, or whatever Wera. And we are your church, anything about the ancestors. I
so if not about that, why damn a pastor is so working. When every time I create a topic or we had to discuss or when you manage to touch you, you know, we have a agree that don't get reviews so that it might be me and learn. You understand me? If we have wrong, a pastor will get here right. We can't tell. If we can never hear about our understanding be an attack.
No can Ukraine emergency in obviously, yes, because yes, duza.
Baba.
We are very adomukure renya yoni amwere. Eso waro etia negie awa muni awa mwanya awira aso atebo na etia negie.
Ogima agumetama.
Eva be to.
Mwetema Emini, omro biting where you dead. If no sooner is that, so I can with me down. Mommy me so well, I spend so much money helping our family to revive. I mean, how can I revive? When none of the Guiana is for public, I mean, not more detail because I need my family meeting. I need to send them near down here. They take me, get some of them. Well, brother, I want to give no time. So if you come with that, anything that you're already or una me bad intention why we me down that way. Emini, we na no. Except when you weather, we carry a being. And on a line a liar punish way. Oh Maria Bay. Except as in can look as a look and look. Okay, can look a lungan.
Because they ancestors in ma.
Una do abu boy.
Only give me one.
Brother Taban. Brother ma wa ni wa gunu jo brother na we.
Yes, okure. You kure ya we me dan die because yes setting ya spirit of the ancestors you know na where a cut you know where we setting bribe bomber who bribe bomber be cut where case na turn over. Well, the ancestors in Dere, understand even I said
our ancestors in Yahweh ni only macabo now. Where oh yeah, why ordinary ya no Ukhu. Ordinarily anything ya setting awe, but ya game kuevane, ye do seti do aju etino wegbe do ale yo to kure awe nini.
Atawo sagwaro madam.
That's his style. When you even why is that waga suspect or chinwarokba or John Walker when I get where a video only was suspect or war. Why we need why like bua near tier to order. Urogi any over no soy. Nah, yeah, really so.
Give a good example, pa. a family man igbeni ye igbunu ye enyowa even na wasunu my own personal experience metamu wena okay iwu okpani urueva biene ona omono tion no re uru no wa modion owe omeke dagbe owe rudoni owe yen ga wu ni afuku re ne uro nopa omono tion no uro nopa no ya wera ne ibiye.
Okay.
Understand? So you say no there in our time in our presentation that way am I so wukure or more your party and never because of your do making I be me of your batake making in a wa ukure or more your pa robe or more your no bear and ukure ne it's a thing I'm going I find yes, and then body time okay. On a way or more or who no pa or wait affair ukurene or wait because of Monjon Novaro Monjon or one make head not or we are you right. Or what would you be jagbe if you get me
right? Are you Bobby right? Me no one not born, you know, and tabek bear waiting a guan. Are you Bobby right? Or when what we are wapi we property and now have your no more now be a kiki. I'm not a no be right. Anybody know where any see while I get boring. Understand it? But I'm not going to talk. I will catch them the Bamaning way with them every Yama. If I need to know Yari or could then not be warrior or warrior. Well, go on, yes, your work banner or warrior.
Oh, why warrior?
I'm your code there. See, okay,
no money, say. Eto.
Yeah, can our logo man on non lag bekede. Yeah, munazemunoso.
Yeah.
Yeah, code yeah.
And Susan Mela, always the brother the brother now would go with another topic yo because Ari won't even money or ya mugi awake can have your opportunity now. Ya tamia ni amwe a wala ni akuyoto because in most cases agbon money agbon bigger meanwhile yeah ain't no logo money. But you only use your money no ya collect property baby bani ni ala wo ni ara ti o bo hinwo because money do ya logo mo no ma pa ma evani or a name ma way.
Everybody buveri oni shy way
we get owabu you might waje na we wadi ya say we're getting my waje na wadi ya say because again de nana kwebe ajin ave ya vin
Aye you lame
ajin you lame me arete mo pa since magi don ego nino politics sorry I want the zegeri on your etonica na watana then okay emano ya mo peti wo wa ni ajin ya vebo because already we have the church ni ado ajin ya gongun no ave do ma the
Benin Republic. You know, I watched one video like that. All their newly elected officials.
Yes.
In the House of Assembly. Quran. The native shrine. All of them. That's in Benin Republic. Because of the high rate.
The truth is that Professor Lagui, if not see any other learning, it's very simple. When Benin wine, una kwe yourself una ya emi on that for we not be forgiven in must that forgiveness in it. Go looking with the Bible.
Capitalize on.
But bonok ba vidia na eme forgiveness. A judgment no e only one shot. So I see number 2.
No forgive you.
Police all of akewene na mwebo ariela na ya because iya ni team you bo miunwo. Guy, a school teacher. I will not write headmaster of a school. I will not supply notebook in a teachers of an or toy. Or make 200,000 or 50,000 at the notebook. One bag, everybody are bumbe. Why are so can a governor ye? So I don't know inflation and no one will low. So I My mate, all
When
over.
you are wulu.
I thought a man work out there. It's paternity, the issue of paternity and infidelity.
Yes,
the marriage.
Who title level now where Benin already have who title such that Mama but DNA test we do before Bouquet discovered.
That's true.
That would draw the attention of the people. Where they make our redo.
Because the other book, suspect suspect I went here.
When the mortgage man will be do every job or is the ẹgbere in a rain ẹgbere or say we were done in any one for few because again you have to money also very ẹgbere so man in Africa.
Yeah,
everybody copy man. Yeah, we see.
My ya we butter. My gualave no one no carbon the traditional muya renia do type my ma. Butter here no.
Okay.
Sister over the by sister na butter. Okay, azek ba mi gbe azek be. No sa butter.
We see. Oh man, we see. This is interesting. Sister is okay. Thank you for joining us today. We see.